Okay, so let's talk about AI. It feels like it's everywhere, right? Some people are thrilled, others are, well, a little freaked out. But what's really going on behind the scenes? In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that hype and get to the real story of what AI is, how it actually works, and most importantly, what it means for you.
You know, for most of us, when we hear the term AI, our brain immediately goes to the movies. We picture these super smart, conscious machines, maybe even planning a little robot uprising. And it's all thanks to unforgettable lines like this one from HAL 9000. I mean, that image has been stuck in our heads for decades.
But here's the big question. Is that what we're actually dealing with? Is the AI you're using right now to draft an email or create a picture anything like HAL? The short answer, nope, not even a little bit. So let's just go ahead and bust that sci-fi myth right now and figure out what's real.
So here it is, plain and simple. The myth is all about conscious robots with feelings and some kind of master plan. But the reality? It's a tool. An incredibly powerful tool, for sure. But its main job is just matching patterns. It's really good at finding and recreating patterns from a mind-boggling amount of information. And that, right there, is the secret sauce we're going to break down.
All right, so to really wrap our heads around this, I want to share a little analogy that I think makes it all click into place. We're going to call it the Smart Parrot secret. This is the absolute key to understanding how these things can seem so ridiculously smart without actually thinking the way we do.
So this is the main idea right here, pattern matching. See, when you type a question into an AI, it's not understanding what you're asking, not at all. It's just doing some lightning-fast math. It's looking at the trillions, and I do mean trillions, of words it's seen before, and it's just predicting, one single word at a time, what the most likely next word should be to make a sentence that makes sense.
Okay, let's bring our smart parrot into the picture. Imagine a parrot that has somehow heard every single conversation, read every book, and scanned every website on the planet. It's heard the phrase, "the sky is," followed by the word blue, millions, maybe billions of times. So when you walk up to it and say, "Hey parrot, the sky is," what does it do? It squawks back, "blue." Not because it knows what a sky is or what blue looks like, but because that's the pattern it's heard over and over and over again. It's just mimicking.
And this is where it gets really important. That same parrot could probably recite a perfect word-for-word definition of photosynthesis for you. It could even string together a beautiful poem about love. But let me ask you, does it understand the science? Does it actually feel that emotion? No way. It's just a master mimic, a sophisticated copycat, putting together pieces of patterns it's already seen.
So how in the world does this parrot get so smart? Let's pop the hood for a second and take a really simple look at the engine making all this happen. We're talking about something called large language models, or LLMs for short. It really boils down to about 4 big steps. First up is what you could call the eating phase. Engineers just feed the model a gigantic amount of text and data from the internet. Then comes the learning phase, where the model just practices predicting the next word in a sentence like trillions of times. After that, there's a personality phase, where actual humans give it feedback on its answers to make it more helpful and less, well, weird. And finally, the you use it phase. They wrap it all up in a nice interface like ChatGPT, and it's ready for you. Okay, if you take away just one thing about how this thinking works, let it be this. It all happens one word at a time. Seriously, every amazing, complex answer you've ever seen an AI produce was built just like that, sequentially. One statistically probable word after another, thousands of times a second. It's not some grand moment of understanding. It's just a long chain of tiny predictions.
So, what does that little calculation actually look like in practice? Well, when you type, "the sky is," the model doesn't picture a sky. It just sees those 3 words. Then it runs the numbers. It might calculate, okay, there is a 70% chance the next word is blue, a 15% chance it's gray, 8% for dark, and so on. It picks the highest probability, blue, tacks it on, and then does the whole thing over again for the next word after that. It just keeps going until the thought is complete.
Okay, so now that we have a feel for how it works, let's get practical. How do you actually use this thing? Because honestly, knowing the mechanics is the key to using it well, and using it safely. Think of this next part as your official AI user's guide. So why is everyone talking about this right now? I mean, AI isn't new, it's been around for ages. The difference is the speed and scale. Just to put it in perspective, look at Netflix. It took them 3.5 years to get to 1 million users. ChatGPT? It took 5 days. Let that sink in. We are in the middle of a massive technological shift, and it's happening faster than anything we've ever seen before.
All right, so let's break down what these new AI tools are amazing at and where they kind of stink. On the plus side, they're incredible for things like summarizing a super long report, helping you write and fix computer code, or just brainstorming a ton of ideas. But, and this is a big but, they have huge blind spots. They have no idea what's happening in the world right now. They are definitely not 100% factually accurate. And they have zero, and I mean zero, real emotional intelligence. Oh, and a really crucial one, they cannot keep your secrets. Please do not put sensitive personal or company information into these tools.
Okay, now we've got to talk about the single biggest, most important pitfall you need to watch out for. It's a weird-sounding phenomenon, but it's called a hallucination. And just knowing this term is your best line of defense.
So what is a hallucination? It's when the AI runs into a question it doesn't have a good pattern for, but instead of just saying, hey, I don't know, it just makes stuff up. Because its only goal is to create a plausible-sounding sentence, it will confidently give you a fluent, totally convincing answer that is completely 100% false. We've seen them invent fake court cases, make up scientific studies, you name it.
So how do you defend against that? It's actually super simple. 2 words. Always verify. If you're using it for anything important, facts for a school paper, legal or medical advice, financial info, you have to check it against a real, reliable source. Think of AI as a brilliant but sometimes unreliable intern. It's a great place to start, but it is never the final word.
Okay, I know. With all that talk about pitfalls and hallucinations, it can start to sound a little scary. But I really want us to shift our thinking here. Let's reframe this. AI is not about replacing you. It's about giving you a superpower, as long as you learn how to wield it.
Just think about it like this. When the calculator was invented, did it get rid of mathematicians? Of course not. It just made them way more powerful. It took away all the boring, tedious number crunching and freed them up to think about bigger, more creative problems. That's exactly what AI is for us. It handles the grunt work so we can focus on the stuff that really matters, like strategy and new ideas.
And this is really the winning formula right here. A person working alone, we're limited by our own knowledge and, how fast we can type. But a person working with AI, suddenly you're amplified. You have this near instant access to a huge ocean of information, and you can generate ideas at lightning speed. You're not just you anymore. You're you plus a super fast research assistant and brainstorming partner, all rolled into one.
And honestly, this right here is the main takeaway from this whole explainer. If you just leave AI on its own, if you just tell it, write me a blog post, you're gonna get something pretty bland and generic. But when you combine your creativity, your unique point of view, with the capability of AI, that's when you get something truly extraordinary. So, at the end of the day, that's what this all boils down to. AI isn't the scary, thinking robot from the movies. It's a tool. It might just be the most powerful tool for thinking and creating that we've ever built. So the real question isn't what AI is going to do. The question is, for you, what are you going to build with it?